Make a vegan version of the Great British Bake angel cakes. These light layered sponge bars are flavoured with almond and taste just like the original. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanjana and today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious vegan angel cakes. If you're ready, let's begin. The first thing we need to do is sift together some self-raising flour, corn flour, also known as cornstarch, caster sugar, and a very small pinch of salt. Sifting will aerate our dry ingredients and make sure they're really well incorporated. For the wet mixture, add some apple cider vinegar to almond milk and give it a stir. Allow this to stand for 10 minutes and then add in some almond extract and vegetable oil. Pour this wet mixture into the dry ingredients and whisk it well. Aim for a smooth batter, but try not to overbeat it as this can make the cakes quite tough. Once your mixture is lovely and smooth, it's time to divide it between two bowls. We're going to colour these two batters pink and yellow. I like to use gel food colours because they give the most intense colours. The one on our left will be the pink batter and the one on the right is the yellow. Stir this gently because again we don't want to overwork this cake batter. Pour the cake batters into two separate tins lined with baking parchment, leaving a 3 cm overhang at the longest sides for easy removal later. Rasp the tins on the countertop a dozen or so times to encourage any air bubbles to rise to the surface, because this will give you a more even bake. You can tap the link in the description box below for all of the recipe measurements, tin sizes, temperatures and timings. Bake the cakes in a preheated oven at 175 degrees Celsius, that's 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. They're ready when they're springy to the touch. For the buttercream, beat together vegan butter and icing sugar until pale and fluffy. If you like, you can add in some vanilla extract, or if you love almond flavour, then add in some extra almond extract here. For me, these angel cakes have just the right amount of sweetness and they're perfect for people who don't like their cakes to have a lot of icing. If you're not vegan, then you can always replace the dairy-free ingredients such as vegan butter and almond milk with their dairy counterparts. The buttercream is ready once it's smooth and creamy, just like this. Now let's assemble our vegan angel cakes. Once the cakes have completely cooled, remove them from the tin and carefully peel off the baking parchment from the pink sponge. Spread over a thin layer of your vegan buttercream. We don't need to add an awful lot of buttercream here, it's just there to make sure the sponges stick together. Now carefully top this with the cooled yellow sponge. You can shimmy it around a bit to make sure that it's perfectly lined up. Remove the baking parchment from the yellow sponge now. If you want all of your vegan angel cake slices to have sharp corners, then feel free to trim the excess off the edges. In my home, the scraps are the cook's treat. The next thing we need to do is make a simple water icing. In order to do this, we're going to mix together some icing sugar and a few drops of cold water a bit at a time. Keep stirring until this is perfectly smooth. It's important to add the water a bit at a time to make sure that your icing is thick but of a slightly flowing consistency. If you accidentally add too much water, you can always add a bit more icing sugar. I like to reserve about a tablespoon of this icing to colour pink for the decoration. You can separate this out now. Now spread your 2 ingredient water icing on top of the yellow sponge. Since the icing is a little bit thick, make sure that you spread it with a light touch and don't press too hard because this can squash your sponges. Allow your icing to air dry for about 20 minutes. I've coloured the reserved icing a light shade of pink similar to that of our sponge, and I'm just going to stripe this all over the top of the cake. Now allow this to air dry completely before cutting your vegan angel cake into slices. Enjoy with a cup of tea or coffee.
If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do consider subscribing. Your support is what sustains this channel and what keeps those delicious recipes coming.